You're watching an instructional video on the Casio RFT-100. My name is Harry Miles from RFT World, and what I'm going to do today is show you through some of the features of the watch itself. What we're looking at now is the standard screen of the watch as it comes unpacked from the box. What you see on the top is the date, and below in the bolder letters the actual time, giving us the indication of where we are and what we're about to do. The first function of the watch, as we'll see when you click the button, left-hand button, will bring us into the stopwatch feature. What you have across the top is the standard stopwatch function, and across the bottom showing us also the time at kickoff. Good idea to record this in your book as before you take the pitch and before you kick off. The great thing about the feature of this watch, when you start the stopwatch, hitting the top right hand button across the top, once you start you'll notice two actual timers begin to count time. The top one and the bottom one are identical. The time when the reason for this will be explained in a couple of moments time. I'll let the countdown or the timer proceed to give you an example. We're in the actual game time. We have an incident where we need to stop time. Somebody's gone down injured and we click on to stop time. The same button on the right hand side, top right, click and stop. You'll notice something's happened. The top of the stopwatch has actually stopped. The bottom one continues. This is game time. This will always keep on going. The only way you can stop that is to stop and reset. We'll get to that in a couple of moments. The top is game time actually played. This is how we figure out how much stoppage time to add. Once your player is right to go, he's rectifies the situation, the pitch is cleared, away we go. When you're ready to go, restart by pressing the top right. You'll now notice that the top stopwatch button proceeds to continue. You'll notice there's a difference of around 30 odd seconds. When the stopwatch gets to 45 minutes on the bottom, it will beep or vibrate or do both as depending on what settings you've applied. The top one will continue. Once it's beeped at 45 seconds or vibrates on your arm, you know you've reached your game time, and by quickly glancing at the top of your the stopwatch, this will indicate to you how much time you need to add on to get to 45 minutes. Again, a quick demonstration of this. Player goes down, you need to stop play for any particular reason. Press, the top one stops at 1 minute and 6, the bottom one does continue. Obviously now the difference in the two times is getting greater because we are adding extra game time. We're ready to go, pitch is clear, signal is clear, off you go, 107, 108, it continues on. This is the standard and the most important feature of this watch, the dual stopwatch time, which gives you time added on. To stop the stopwatch, all you simply need to do, press the top right again to stop. Once the stopwatch button there has finished flashing, press and hold the bottom right for a couple of seconds and it resets back to the beginning. To start the stopwatch again, start. When you want to reset, press the start button again, press and hold the bottom right in the reset, and we're back to the normal function. The next function I'd like to take you and show you of the watch is the timer function. There's two ways of using the watch. The first function that we saw was the counting up. This function has the countdown timer. A couple of features of this countdown timer I'd like to show you if I can. You can preset this to any time you want within normal football circles. 10-minute halves, 12, 15, 20, 25s, 30s, 35s, 40s, and 45-minute halves. When you start the stopwatch, we'll go back to the 45-minute halves. When you start the stopwatch, it starts counting down. This will only stop if you press that right-hand button. There's no time added on for this feature. This is your actual game time countdown timer. So if something happens, you press and hold, or press it once, it actually stops the game time. When you're ready to go, press it again, and it continues to count down. Once this finishes, this will vibrate and then it will continue to count up. Very simple feature to reset as per the first function. Stop the watch, top right. To reset now, press and hold for a couple of moments and we're back to the zero. Again, to take you through the feature of displaying the other times that you can, bottom right will take you through the different lengths of the halves. The next feature of the watch, which is also very, very important for those who are now attempting in the FIFA tests, as we should realise by now, the FIFA test is set at 30-minute intervals to approach 150 metres and a 35-second recovery time. I have already preset this watch. You can do so by downloading the instruction manual on refsworld.com.au, but I'll now show you what happens when we're about to start our 20 repetitions of the FIFA test. Again, on your wrist, press and start. This will now continue down. We've started our first repetition. This will keep on going down, and you can judge how far away you are from your goal time as you are on the track and approaching the bend. And around this time, you should be approaching the bend and those cones should be in sight. You've got about 10 seconds to go. Once you get there, this watch will vibrate and also make a sound to let you know you should be in the cones within the time. Here it is now. Now the 35-second rest time has started. We now know you've got 35 seconds to walk that 50 meters to the next set of cones, which you will start your next set of repetitions of 150 meters. You will notice here, in fact, that we have 0-1. When the next repetition starts, that will go to 0-2. We're now approaching 10 seconds. The watch again will sound an alarm to let you know that you're about to start your second repetition. Keep your eye on the 0-1. And off we go. We're now on the second repetition. You can silence the watch by pressing any button, but the timer continues to keep on taking you through your FIFA test. This can keep on going to up to 99 repetitions if you wish. We have this on a continuous cycle, so this will keep on going until you stop it. I'll let you go down. We're now approaching the end of the second run of the 150 meters. Here we are, 5 seconds to go. I'll let you hear the beeps again. Now the 35-second countdown to the rest and recoup session. To stop the watch again, it's all the same functions in all the modules of this watch. Top right hand button will stop. You'll see it stops. The timer, press and hold the bottom right, and we're back to the beginning and it's set to go again. The bottom right has a world time function. Bottom right will change the modes. It also has a world time function, so if you're lucky enough to be traveling the globe and seeing different parts of the world, once you have your normal time set in the city, it can tell you what the other times are. If you arrive at Milano, for example, bottom right will take you through to Rome, and it changes the time. Berlin changes the time automatically. This is the local time in Athens. Johannesburg, Istanbul, and it goes on and on and on, and Moscow. These are the functions of the watch, the Casio RFT-100